How to teach your dog to drop it. It can be really frustrating when your dog gets possessive of an object, especially if it's gotten into something dangerous and won't let go. Training your dog to release an item on command is essential to keep your dog safe and prevent it from developing more aggressive protective behaviors like guarding or biting. You can teach any dog a new command, whether you have a new puppy or adopted an older dog. While some breeds will learn a little faster, with a bit of patience and consistent training, your dog will drop any item as soon as you tell it to. Method 1. Setting up your training space. Pick a quiet room that's free from distractions. You'll want your dog to fully focus on its training, but loud noises and people walking around can be really distracting. Choose a room in your home where your dog can't see other people and doesn't have any other distractions. Make sure that no one else comes into the room while you're training so your dog doesn't get overexcited. For example, a bedroom, hallway, or basement works great for training. Find a low-value toy that your dog will let go of. Avoid choosing your dog's favorite toy right away since it will act more protective. Instead, choose another toy that your dog likes to chew on but doesn't play with as frequently. Try using something like a plastic chewy or a rope toy when you first start training. The toy you choose will vary depending on what your dog likes to play with. Get a variety of high-value treats for your dog. 3. Dogs respond best to positive reinforcement, so rewarding them with a treat while you're training will help them learn the command. You can use packaged dog treats or pieces of chicken and cheese as a reward. Try to have about 20 to 30 pieces for each training session to keep your dog interested. Your dog may respond better to a higher value toy as a reward. Try using a rawhide bone or its favorite toy instead of a treat. You may also try using your dog's kibble as a reward if you're worried about giving your dog too many treats. Attach your dog to a leash so you have better control of it. Get a 6 feet, 1.8 meters, leash and secure the end to your dog's collar. Hold onto the leash throughout your entire training session so your dog doesn't walk away or get distracted while you're trying to teach it. Method 2. Teaching the basic command. Offer your dog its toy to chew on. Have your dog sit in front of you so it's calm and ready to train. Hold the toy out in front of your dog's mouth. Wait until your dog gently takes the toy from your hand. Let the dog chew on the toy for a little while so it feels comfortable. If your dog doesn't take or chew on the toy you chose, you may need to switch to something your dog likes more, like a tennis ball or bone. Don't let your dog snap at the toy. Only give the toy when your dog takes it from you gently. Hold a treat in front of your dog's nose. Keep the treat in your pocket or behind your back at first so your dog isn't drawn to it. Once your dog starts chewing on the toy, take out one of the treats and hold it in your fist. Put your fist right in front of your dog's snout so it can smell the treat. Try to keep the rest of the treats hidden from your dog so it doesn't get distracted while you're training. Say a "drop it" command as your dog lets go of the toy. Choose a command that you'll consistently use through training, such as drop it, release, or give. Once your dog smells the treat, it should drop its toy so it can eat. Right as the toy falls out of your dog's mouth, say the command in a firm voice so your dog learns it. If you want to use a clicker for training, click it as soon as your dog drops the toy. If your dog doesn't let go of the toy, then try switching to a higher value treat that's more enticing and flavorful. Make sure everyone in your household uses the same command while you're training, or else your dog will get confused and won't listen as well. Give your dog the treat and pick up the toy at the same time. Open your hand and let your dog eat the treat so it learns that it gets a reward when it lets go of something. As your dog takes the treat, use your other hand to pick up the toy to make sure your dog doesn't get protective of it again. Try throwing the treat on the floor nearby so you have time to pick up the toy without your dog going after it at the same time. Praise your dog to help reinforce good behavior. While you're giving your dog the treat, say something like, "yes," or "good dog," in an excited voice so it knows it's done something good. Look your dog in the eyes and pet it a lot to help make training a more positive experience. Never yell at or punish your dog if it doesn't listen since it will become more fearful and won't learn proper behavior. Work with your dog in 5 to 10 minute sessions up to 3 times daily. Give the toy back to your dog so you can continue your training session. Make your dog drop the toy 10 to 12 times before taking a break. Space your training sessions throughout the day so your dog develops a better understanding of the command. If your dog doesn't seem interested in training, wait until it's more calm or hungry. Method 3. Following through with training. Give the treat after your dog releases the toy once it responds consistently. Say the command, but keep the treat in your pocket or behind your back. If your dog still drops the toy, then hold the treat in front of its mouth and praise it for listening and behaving. This way, your dog will associate getting the treat as a reward rather than being lured by it. Try changing the toy you train with when your dog drops things on command. Your dog will get used to giving up the first toy you use, so switch to something your dog likes more, such as a bone, rawhide, or a tennis ball. Continue training the same way you have been and reward your dog. Keep cycling through your dog's toys until you can get it to drop the one it likes the most. You may need to use a higher value treat to entice your dog to give up toys that it likes more. Practice in a more distracting area if your dog listens well in a quiet space. Try practicing the command in a room that's a little louder or outside so your dog gets used to training with other noises. Keep your dog on its leash and continue training in more populated areas so your dog will listen no matter where you take it. If your dog doesn't listen, take it back to a quieter place and keep training it there. Wean your dog off treats when it listens 90 to 95% of the time. 18. When you're training and giving the command, only present a treat every third or fourth time they listen. Keep reducing the frequency of how often you give your dog treats until it responds without one. Give the toy back to your dog right away instead of the treat so it still gets positive reinforcement. You can also stop using a clicker at this point if you've been training with one. Don't forget like and subscribe my channel and click on bell button for more videos.